do documents need to be translated into French for the long stay visa application? So when you're applying from your home country?
So again, it depends. It will depend on which document, marriage, birth certificates, things like that. Depending on the country, they might accept, they might not accept. Sworn translations need to be provided if they are requested. These are things that won't cost you a fortune, though, guys. So, like, if they want a birth certificate translated, it's usually a cost per word. Something like that. We provide that service as well, but it's probably a 2, 3, 4 day turnaround. So don't ever panic too much if they suddenly turn around and say, we need that document translated into. But it depends on the application network, etc. All of these are subcontracted, so depends how the guy that's or the lady that's doing your file will potentially request it or not.
Okay. Somebody also saying, I was divorced before and have since remarried. Will I need to have a copy of the divorce certificate and the marriage certificate? Yeah, okay. So it'll be pretty much your whole history in terms of...
Especially if you've got any other aliases or things like that in terms of your application.
Okay, good to know. Are there language skill requirements? Are there any language requirements?
And this is a good question because a lot of people confuse residency and carte de séjour. So just to be clear for everyone, what would happen is that, let's say most of your polls said they were retiring France. So you're retiring France, you're coming from the USA, Canada, UK. You get help or you don't get help, but you applied for your visa, you get a 12-month long stay visa. In that context, what happens is after 10 months, you can apply for your renewal through a carte de séjour, and that can be done in France. This is the advantage of that visa, and that's why you need to make sure you've got this one. So this can be done in France. You don't have to return to whichever country you've come from, and that will then be delivered at the discretion of the préfecture, and that can be delivered for 10 years as a maximum, or for 1 year if they wanted to. So depending on the profile that you present to them, in the similar kind of context that you've initially had to have a profile in the first place, they will deliver that carte de séjour. That carte de séjour doesn't have any language requirements, but does have requirements in due course of somewhere safe to live, income requirement, and of course health. Some prefectures are now saying you need to definitely be on the health system, the French national system at that stage. So this is a new thing that's recently cropped up. And so you only need language requirements and skills if you apply after 5 years for French citizenship. And in that case, there's cultural requirements, courses to go on, things like that. But honestly, probably not much point for the majority of you guys to do that. Just that a carte de séjour, if you had a 10-year one, I mean, you just renew it. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. And either way, by that point, you will have potentially had 5 years in France. So you will have enough time to have picked up the language and have studied by then. So
completely. But it is quite an intense course, and there's there's a civic course as well. And you would have to really consider if that's something that they definitely want to do.